So guys, Andrew's just uploaded a new video as there's a lot of misunderstood information going around after the Tucker Carlson interview. If you want to join the real world, we have a link in the description.
Welcome to another episode of The Tate Show. The world's basically The Tate Show at the moment, isn't it? It's kind of like The Truman Show, but I'm in the middle of it. I would say that it's, can't call it exciting. What would I call it? I don't really feel pressure. That's not who I am. It certainly has me focused. Let's leave it at that. So the reason I'm making this video is to clarify as much as I can, bound within the parameters which are obviously set to me by the Romanian judicial system. Please, everybody understand I am in the middle of a judicial process. Post-judicial process, there's a lot more I'll be able to say. So I have to say certain things without saying them, and I hope all of you at home are perspicacious enough to pay attention and understand exactly what I'm trying to tell you. I'm going to outline the exact case against me so everybody understands, because there's been some videos going around lately. There's also been a brand new Matrix attack, which I'm going to explain how that works, which have people believing I might be guilty of something that I'm not guilty of. So I want to explain to everybody at home exactly what is happening. First, we're going to start with the fact that Tucker Carlson's a fantastic guy, on camera, off camera, absolute gentleman. I really enjoyed my conversation with him. And my interview with Tucker Carlson is the most viewed television interview in history. Isn't that amazing? The most viewed television interview in history. Now, I've discussed at length in many of my videos the fact that my massive influence is the reason I'm being attacked at all. And I've explained that the incompetence of my enemies scares me because I don't know what they're going to try next. And I've also explained that it is my influence they're afraid of, not the things I say. And then I go and get the most viewed interview in history. So part of me is happy about that, and part of me is a little bit worried about that. Beside the point, when I said that I wasn't sure what my enemy was going to try next, now we know what they're going to try. Because if you believe that left-wing are all Matrix agents and right-wing are all freedom tellers and freedom believers, then you have a very naive view of the world. If it was so clear-cut, the Matrix wouldn't be able to operate. It would fail in real time. So the waters have to be muddied. There are people on the left who truly believe they're fighting for freedom. And there are people on the right who truly work for the Matrix. So it is intertwined. A lot of people on the right especially are bought and sold. And I think anybody with a brain who actually looks at the Republicans and tries to vote for any of them understands what I'm saying to you. So MSM, in its constant attacks against me and its attempt to slander my name, has failed in real time. I'd actually believe I've probably been the #1 person who's destroyed MSM most fantastically. I've beaten them. They can't print anything about me without getting wrecked in the comments. Last time my team analyzed, it was 98.2% of comments on every single MSM article was in my favor. So no matter how hard they try and insult me, it doesn't work. So after getting the largest interview in the history of the world, the Matrix thought, okay, our MSM weapons he's using, let's get all of our bought and paid for agents and attack him with them. Right-wing people. Because then maybe that will work. All they're doing is exposing themselves as controlled op. I'll leave them to do that. However, there is a video circulating which has some people believing I may be guilty of the crimes I'm accused of. So for that reason, within the confines of what I'm allowed to say, and trust me, I could be far more convincing if I didn't have confines, I'm going to do my very best to explain to you my exact situation and what I am accused of. Firstly, it is common knowledge that I used to run a webcam company. This is something I have talked about myself at length on multiple podcasts. Everybody knows I used to do this. This is a business I was involved in about 10 years ago, and I ceased all activity pertaining to anything sexually related 5.5 years ago. So I've been out of this industry for a very long time. I have nothing to do with it anymore, and I stopped 5.5 years ago. And when I did have the webcam company, it was operating in a few different countries because I was semi-nomadic, traveling around the world. I had some girls who I worked with, some good friends of mine, and operated in a few different places. I want to start by saying that there are over 2,000 video chat companies inside of Romania, that there are over 600 of them in Bucharest, in the city I'm sitting in right now, that it is not illegal. Perhaps you could argue that it is heavily immoral. I'll entertain that argument. But you certainly cannot say it is illegal, because it isn't. Every girl in Miami has an OnlyFans. In fact, I think it's Canada and USA that has the most online video chat girls. So these Americans who are coming at me saying, he did pornography, America's full of porn stars. LA's full of porn stars. Like, all of this stuff is immoral, yes, but illegal, no. You literally have people having sex on camera, for real, with each other. And that's all accepted and perfectly legal. So a girl sitting there with a keyboard telling a guy, yeah, you're so hot, isn't illegal either. What they're saying, though, is that I use the lover boy method. And I want to make it clear that when these charges appeared, every single girl who ever worked for me all those years ago, when I had this video chat company, has been contacted by authorities, and every single one of them defended me.
He is not a human trafficker. He would never rape anybody, and he would certainly never ever human traffic anyone either, including his brother. They would never do such thing. I am just so shocked, and I'm so fed up with all of these lies.
I just want to put out there that everything you're seeing on the news right now is all false accusations. As for someone who knows him personally, I can confidently say that he's such a nice man. He's very generous. He's always been respectful of me and others around him. Like, I've witnessed him in situations surrounded by women, men, children, families, and he's always respected everyone. Always very nice to people, very generous, so kind. I think the media is just portraying a really bad image of him right now, and it's not fair because he actually generally is a really good person.
All 100% of them, not a single one of them has made a complaint against me. Not a single one of them has complained about the way they were treated. Not a single one of them has complained about the way they were recruited or the work they did. In fact, every single one who has been contacted by authorities, and trust me, they've all been found, has written statements in my defense. Nobody is complaining about it. The criminal charges against me pertain to an organized criminal group which began in 2021. Considering that the videos that people are circulating and the webcam company that they were related to was all back in 2016, 2017, they have nothing at all to do with the criminal file. They're not in the criminal file. They're not translated to be in the criminal file. They have nothing at all to do with the case.